Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Wolf and I hope you don't get seasick because today I'm playing the demo for Herald, the interactive period drama. A choice-driven adventure set on the high seas. Aboard the HLV, short for his lordship's vessel Herald, there's a tale about tyranny and servitude just waiting to be uncovered. But before I do board the ship, don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy the video and want to help me and the channel. Now let's get to it.
No sense of sound. No smell of air. Breathless. I drifted among faceless shapes, without a clear distinction of form. Blinded. Until someone or something made me soar. Higher and higher still I went. That is all I can remember.
So, not a good memory, huh? Alright.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
Now sit down.
Whoa, pushy. Alright, I'll sit down. Okay, so let's take a seat.
I'm sorry, but you can't leave until you tell me. Where are you from? And what is it that you seek in the colonies?
Fame, fortune, glory. I came from the West and I'm looking for my roots.
I was raised in the West. I'm visiting the colonies in search of my roots.
Do you or do you not swear allegiance to the Lord Protector as a servant of his protectorate?
Are you kidding me? Of course I do. Don't we all?
Yes, I am a servant of the Protectorate. Aren't you?
The protectorate does not own us. The colonies may be inside her sphere of influence, but its people are not.
I see.
You, on the other hand, were wearing their uniform. The bright blue fabric, the golden stitching. It tells me that you are part of the crew on one of their ships, probably a merchant vessel. The embroidery even says that you were the captain of that ship.
Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. What's it to you?
Impressive. But what happened to your ship, Captain?
I'm not telling you anything.
Our conversation ends here. I'm done.
I don't even know this lady.
Tell me whose journal this is.
Where did you get that? Is that my journal? I wonder. Probably is. Yeah, let's go with where did you get that?
Where did you get that? Who gave that to you?
It says Devon Rensburg inside.
That's it.
Is that you?
Yes, that's me.
All right. I'm Devon Rensburg. And yes, that is mine.
I already know it's yours.
Then why did you ask?
I'll give it back to you once you've enlightened me on its contents.
Alright, let's start with the beginning then.
Now read it for me. And remember, I expect the truth.
Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Again, where are you from? And what is it that you seek in the colonies?
I already told you. I yearn to find my roots.
Fine, I'll give you the long version.
Here we go.
It's not like I have any choice. I come from the West, born here in the colonies, but raised in the capital of the Protectorate's homeland, a city that never felt like home. I never connected with its people. I was always the outsider. So I decided to leave that place, in search of my roots. I had heard about someone in the harbour recruiting men for a merchant ship sailing to the east. It was a standard trading mission along the Indigo route. I had never worked on a ship before, but enlisting in the merchant navy was the only way for me to acquire passage across the sea. So that's what I did. The recruiter, Aaron Ludlow was his name, took me in a rowing boat out of the harbour. And there she was, his lordship's vessel.
Ire and irreverence. That's a big ship.
By God, Ludlow, have you read this?
No, sir, I haven't.
Your people seem to be causing a lot of unrest in the colonies lately.
My people, sir?
Well, you know.
You know.
I don't know, sir.
The indigo farmers, they claim the trade does not benefit them enough. They accuse the Lord Protector of abuse of power and demand fairer wages.
How dare they?
The local regent has yet to respond, but I fear he will cave in to the pressure.
Is that why we have the politician on board?
Yes. Senator Morton is the regent's brother-in-law, and he's going to help him with the complex politics of this affair. He's also accompanying the regent's daughter safely back to the colonies. Remember to treat both of them with respect.
Sir.
Is there anything else you brought from shore?
Well, apart from the new recruit, a letter, sir, addressed to Senator Morton.
Yeah, me. He brought me and a letter.
Well, what are you waiting for? Give it to me.
But, sir, it's not your...
My ship, my rules, Ludlow. You know this.
Yeah, you should know better.
Besides, I don't think Mr. Morton has anything to hide from me. He better not.
Reading the senator's letter?
May I remind you he is a protectorate official, sir?
And so am I. You there. What do you think, boy? Should I open the letter or not?
Well, I told the captain to open the letter.
Why not? It's your ship, your rules, sir.
A little mischief.
Exactly. Ludlow, you should take an example from Mr.
And then I introduced myself.
Devon Rensburg, sir. Pleased to meet you, Captain.
Captain Cornelius Hendricks. Nice to have you aboard the Herald. Rensburg, I assume you understand that there are rules here. Officer Ludlow will give you the lowdown on them during your tour of the ship.
Of course.
Sir, I have other...
But first, Ludlow, I'd like you to find Senator Morton and send him here. I need to talk to him about this letter of his.
Uh-oh.
Be quick about it. I'll send Rensburg off to you in a moment.
Yes, sir. Be sure to see me on deck, Devon.
Yep.
So then, Rensburg, I take it you must be returning home to your family?
I said yes, adding that I didn't know my real family.
Yes, I am, sir. It feels strange to say that, though, since I don't really remember my family. I was adopted. I know my father is a Protectorian, and my mother is originally from the colonies. It won't be easy to find them. That's why I'm writing everything that might help me with my search down in my journal.
Yes. Yes, I see. Well, you should look at my globe then, Rensburg.
Sure thing, I will.
As you see, the colonies are very big. You should write it in your journal.
Should I?
Well, off you go to your tour of the ship. Have a nice evening.
You too, bub. You can click to inspect objects that are highlighted when you select them with the cursor. Try this on the globe.
There was a globe in the room. The ornate rooster on top stretched his wings out over the world, as if protecting it.
Well, that is called the Protectorate, right? You'll get a notification every time Devon adds new information to his journal. Right, okay. Journal has 4 sections. You can switch between them. Okay. Map of the Herald, Encyclopedia, Current Tasks, Sketchbook. Look at his smug face. Alright. Okay, what else is there in here?
Looking at the display cabinet, I wondered what his collection of exotic and antique weapons said about the captain's character.
That he enjoys weapons? What's this?
The captain's cabin was one of the few places on the ship with a heater. The crew didn't have such luxuries at all.
Of course they didn't.
The captain's newspaper lay open on his desk. Colony unrest, it said. The rest was too difficult to read from a distance.
Well, we know the basics though.
The paper stand on the captain's desk was filled with letters stamped with a Protectorate seal. Cornelis Hendricks seemed to be an important man.
Well, he did say so himself, didn't he? Is that all? Yeah. Okay, let's get out of here.
Oh, well, I would assume he's reading your letter right now, Mr. Morton.
I sincerely hope you're joking.
He's not. He's not.
No, on the contrary, sir. At sea, the captain makes his own rules. As far as I can tell, our captain is king on the Herald, sir. The crew, his loyal subjects.
Officer, there are several reasons why the people got rid of the king back in the day. This is precisely the sort of thing that led us to abolish the monarchy. I'm going to have a word with Captain Hendricks now. Please carry on.
He was not happy. What's this?
Not one, but 2 large ornate compasses stood on the poop deck near the ship's wheel. Protectorate design seems to favor perfect symmetry.
The captain may seem a bit gruff sometimes, but he's a good man. Cares about his crew.
That, Devon, was Senator Lewis Morton.
Okay.
Did you see the look on his face when I told him the captain opened his letter? Pure agony.
Seems I'm not the only one spreading a little bit of mischief. I thought that what Ludlow had done was inappropriate.
Was it really necessary to tell him that?
He would have found out sooner or later anyway.
No, that's true.
People have a hard time adjusting to life outside the capital. On the open sea, the rules tend to change, but customs don't change with them. Mr. Morton is a prime example of that, and you will probably experience the same.
Probably.
The trick, though, is to accept change. It's something that people like Morton will never understand.
Well, that's easy to say, but hard to do.
But you might.
I confirm that I wanted change.
If there's anything I want, then it's change. To finally be able to do things differently for a while.
Yeah,
I'm done with the old rules.
so done.
There's a reason I picked you from the lot. I rarely choose anybody who is unfit for a life at sea.
You have a keen eye, my friend.
Now for your tour. Welcome aboard His Lordship's vessel, Herald.
Nice ship.
A Cromwellian-class Protectorate clipper launched in 1851. As one of the fastest sailing ships in the mercantile fleet, she can reach a top speed of 18 knots.
18 knots.
During her short life, she has already set multiple records sailing to the colonies and back along the famous Indigo route.
I asked Ludlow what records the Herald had broken.
What records did she break?
Several speed records, of which the most important one was the race against the DeWitt-class clipper HLV Crowing. The Herald beat her by 3 days on a return voyage from the colonies to the capital. She set a record time of 78 days, 5 hours, and 16 minutes.
78 days, Jesus.
Now let's move on to the deckhouse.
Let's.
The Cromwellian-class ship type is named after one of the Protectorate's founding fathers, Oliver Cromwell.
I see.
These ships are merchant clippers, built with trade in mind. Making money is their sole purpose. The Herald is an indigo clipper, which means she mainly takes shipments of indigo powder to the Protectorate homeland. With this powder, we make the paint that coats the hulls of our ships, and the dye that gives the fabric of our clothes its bright blue hue.
I didn't want to interrupt Ludlow, so I listened silently.
You've lived in the capital, Devon. Never noticed the rooftops of its buildings or the clothes of its people?
Of course I did.
Everything has been colored blue there. The color blue touches on much that the Protectorate holds dear. And indigo is made from a plant that produces the only known blue dye that withstands heavy wear. Until anybody finds a cheaper substitute, the indigo trade remains an invaluable part of our economy.
I was impressed by Ludlow's story.
I never really thought about blue dye in that way. Sounds like a huge undertaking.
Huge.
It is, but that's not without reason. After all, the Protectorate is built upon free market principles that foster progress through supply and demand. Its people get paid an equal share for the work they do, and with this money they are free to do with as they wish. I am not fond of life on shore, but even I can see that the system works. For most people at least.
Most.
Now, onto the bow of the ship. We are standing on the weather deck right now, where you will work every day ensuring the safe passage to the colonies.
I see.
You will be tasked with tying the knots, reefing the sails, and swabbing the decks.
Lovely. Can't wait.
There will be no talking to first-class passengers, no idling around the ship at night, no begging, no fighting, no stealing, and most of all, don't get caught trespassing.
Aye aye.
Now that sounds like a lot for you to worry about, right?
Nope. I didn't think it would be a problem.
I'll manage.
That's what I thought.
You thought well.
Don't worry, it'll get tedious soon enough. Keep in mind that the dining saloon in the deckhouse is only for first-class passengers and officers during this trip. This was a special request by Senator Morton, so please steer clear from the saloon if you want to keep out of trouble.
But do I want to keep out of trouble?
Anyone without a blue coat should just use the service stairs through this door here. Now, is there anything in particular you would like to know?
I wanted to know where I could get a blue coat.
What if I wanted a blue coat? Where do I get one?
You'll have to earn one. The captain is an honest man. He'll reward hard work.
Okay.
But don't expect him to promote you anytime soon. It took me years before I earned mine.
Oh, I got all the time in the world.
Now just go through this door, past the officers' cabins, and you'll find the service stairs on your right-hand side. Down those stairs you'll find the crew's quarters and your bed. That concludes the tour, Devon. I hope you enjoyed it.
I loved it.
I will have to stay out here. I'm on watch tonight.
The bosun will wake you up tomorrow morning to prepare you for the day.
Good night.
Night night. Well, into that door we go.
But I don't want to.
What on earth is going on?
And take this thing back. But Ian, it's a gift. I don't need it. I don't need any of this. I get out. I didn't mean to get out.
Well, something was not right in there. What's this?
I was quite surprised to find a flag in the drawer. I'm sure it would not have pleased the Lord Protector to see our symbol of power tucked away in a nightstand.
Well,
I wondered if everything was all right inside.
I decided it was none of my business.
I know you are out there, and even though Mother taught me to address you properly, I know your language is different from ours. Please, hear my prayer. Listen to my heart.
Poor kid. I was very curious, so I kept still and listened.
I'm begging you to just help me this one time. I want you to see my struggle with the life you chose for me. I feel trapped, and I see no way out. You are the only one I can turn to. Please tell me what to do. Give me a sign.
All right, what do we have here? What's this?
Boxes big and small were everywhere on the Herald. I wondered what was inside the one on the table, but I didn't dare to open it.
Well, why not?
The playing cards, strewn everywhere, seemed to indicate that the sailors liked to play games. I preferred to write in my journal, rather than occupying myself with such silly things.
Yeah, silly things.
On the table stood an open bottle of wine, and there it remained for the rest of the voyage. Maybe I should have taken it to the galley to be used as vinegar. The apples reminded me of home. Looking out of the window of my small room, I used to dream about this journey while staring at the fruit trees in the garden.
Dreamy. Well, that's all on the table. Oh, I hope you didn't hear. Never mind. I don't want to talk right now. Well, that's fine, kid. That's fine. Is this my bed? This must be my bed.
It was getting late. I had to go to bed.
So I decided to call it a night.
All hands on deck. The sun is out and breakfast is served on the gun deck.
Oh god, I already don't like this guy.
You too, boy. Ian!
Oh, I'm not well, sir. It's probably the food from last night. I don't really feel like eating anything right now.
Oh, really?
Really?
Well, I don't trust Andra's bangers and mash either, but you won't make me believe that they made you sick. That would be way too convenient for you.
I'm not lying, Caleb. My stomach tells me that something's wrong.
That's Mr. Haywood to you, boy. And I know exactly what you're thinking. You heard that Ludlow was sick this morning, so you're trying to blame it on the food. Nice try, boy. Now get up and start running.
No, I won't. You can't force me. I'm going on strike.
On strike, he says.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, kid. You wouldn't last a day.
I asked Haywood what my tasks were. Hopefully it'll get his mind off the kid.
Excuse me, but what should I do?
You the new guy. Rensburg, ain't it?
That's right.
I'm Haywood, the boatswain on this here ship.
Good for you.
You should report to Officer Brunswick at the helm. Needs his boy to do an errand for him. But since this wretch won't get out of bed, maybe you ought to do it. You up for that?
Well, I was up for it.
No problem, Haywood. I'll get right to it.
Just follow the instructions Officer Brunswick gives you.
Simple enough.
Now off to the helm with you.
Sir, yes, sir. Oh, I saw something. What is that?
The barrels were filled with rum. I wouldn't be surprised if they were placed there on special request.
I see. All right.
It was a peculiar place for a sink. I suspect it didn't fit in the officers' cabins. God forbid that officers have to use the same one as the rest of us.
God forbid. Oh, yes. The fresh sea air. Okay.
I'm seasick again.
Well. That didn't sound too good.
As strapping as sailors come, even they can't lift most cargo without the use of a dolly winch.
What is this thing?
The bilge pump on the weather deck was used every day. Even in good weather, some water tends to end up below decks.
Okay. Ah, there they are.
I don't need them, Captain. We need to head southwest by west for most of the day, and then turn west by 15 degrees around sunset. Might I suggest we raise the studding sails to maximize our speed?
I still want to see them, Rupert. Where is that boy of yours? Get him to fetch the maps.
I haven't seen him this morning. It's possible that he's still...
Ah, good morning, Rensburg. Nice to see you up and running. Rupert, have you made the acquaintance of Devon Rensburg yet? He's our new sailor.
No, I haven't, sir. Rupert Brunswick, first officer and navigator. Nice to meet you.
Good. Now, Rensburg, have you by any chance seen a boy named Ian this morning?
I told the captain that Ian was feeling sick.
He is ill, Captain. Not feeling well at all, he said. So I'm taking his place for today.
When is that boy going to step up his game, Rupert? He's your student. Discipline him, or I will.
I talked about the other people who were sick that day.
I heard that more of the crew are sick today. It could very well be that they're all sick for the same reason.
Nonsense. The boy is weak. He needs to be dealt with swiftly, lest he never become a man.
I agree that Ian might be a bit weak, frail even. But a man with his gentleness is something the world might benefit from one day.
Some say you're soft, officer. But I appreciate your honesty. There is no denying that it has got you quite far in life.
You two are borderline creepy.
Please, just leave the boy for a day. I'm sure Rensburg will do fine in his stead. Right, Rensburg?
I'll do just fine. I assured Brunswick I'll do my best.
I'll do my best, sir. What should I do first?
The captain would like to see my maps. Since Ian's not here, I'd like you to fetch them for me.
All right.
My map of the European coast should be somewhere in my desk.
Okay.
I'll tell you a secret. I keep a spare key to my cabin in the picture in the officer's hallway.
So I have to go get a spare key. He can't just give me his own. Okay, that's interesting. Well, here we go. Let's go find that key. Look at all these guys so busy. This guy is still barfing. Yep. Well, almost. All right, where's that picture? Is that the one?
The picture contained a spare key to Officer Brunswick's cabin.
Right. Yes, here we are. Keys, but I can't do anything with them. Right.
A small collection of astronomy books betrayed Brunswick's fascination with the celestial bodies. Maybe this was the secret to his success as a navigator.
Maybe, maybe not.
I got the sudden urge to write something obscene in one of Brunswick's books. I realized that this was an incredibly stupid idea.
You don't say, yeah. Might have been a very stupid idea.
On the writing slope lay a detailed map of the African coast, the sea full of lines, markings, and notes I didn't understand. A beautiful brass sextant was sitting on Brunswick's writing slope. I recall a teacher telling me how this complex device works, but I'll be damned if I can remember.
Well, it worked in some way, didn't it?
Looking through the Merchant Navy's handbook, I discovered that officers are usually allowed to carry guns, but other members of the crew are not.
What's inside here? Dice. An apple.
A broken compass lay shattered inside Brunswick's desk. It was a shame to see such a delicate object destroyed.
It was. It really was.
I found Brunswick's maps of the European coast inside the drawer of his desk.
Well, I would leave the maps for now and explore a little bit more. Let's see.
A painting of the night sky was hanging on the wall. The use of colors was striking. One of the paintings on Brunswick's wall was a depiction of the Battle of Schavsche, the final battle of the Anglo-Dutch War.
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
One of the paintings depicted 3 white boys playing with a ball in a sunlit square.
Lovely. Joyful even.
On the top shelf stood a portrait of a stern-looking man. I later learned it was Brunswick's mother.
Well, shocking.
The entire bookcase was devoted to poetry. Among them were some of the most famous works by Shakespeare, Byron, and Poe.
A man of culture.
I was surprised to find Brunswick's spyglass in here. You'd think a navigator would keep that with him at all times.
You'd think. Okay then, let's get the maps. Was that all? I really can't do anything with these keys? Apparently not. Let's get those maps.
I found Brunswick's maps of the European coast inside the drawer of his desk.
Yes, so I took the maps and returned them to Officer Brunswick.
What took you so long? Were you lost? My cabin isn't that big, you know.
I apologize for being slow.
I'm sorry, sir. I'll ensure that I'm faster next time.
Ian would have done such a simple task in mere seconds.
I bet he would have.
Give me the maps, Ransberg. Well, that's convenient. According to these calculations, raising the studding sails might double our speed.
Double it? I thought it would triple it.
Ransberg, find Boatswain Haywood and ask him where he keeps his studding sails. He's probably somewhere near his workshop.
Well, where is his workshop? Let's find out.
Look, Uncle! Water as far as the eye can see.
Indeed.
Imagine how big the world must be.
Quite big.
Yes, dear.
For somebody who has a lot of stuff to do, this guy walks really, really slow. What's this?
Taking a short break to get water from the scuttlebutt was usually just an excuse to congregate with fellow sailors. I was wise enough not to stretch this privilege, not wanting the captain getting cranky with me.
I see. This is where he came out of, isn't it? Let's see how Ian is doing. Come on, can't a fella have 5 minutes to himself around here? Well, alright. He doesn't want to talk.
You again? So how does your new job suit you, huh?
Fantastic. Why do you ask? I was enthusiastic about the job.
I'm doing great. I like being on the ship, and the work hasn't been that hard so far.
Well, of course they wouldn't trust you with hard work like mine. Now would they?
Well, hopefully they will continue to not trust me with hard work in the future.
So, what do you want?
Everything. I told him I was sent by the captain.
I was sent by the captain to get the studding sails. Do you have them?
Ah, so you're the official errand boy now, huh? Well, it just so happens I need something done.
What's that got to do with it? I asked him what he wanted from me.
What exactly are you talking about?
Someone's been sneaking around my workbench. The key to the weapons cache was in a different drawer than usual.
Ooh.
So I checked the cache and discovered I am missing a 51 Colt Navy.
The plot thickens.
If the captain finds out, we'll all be held responsible. So we need to find that thing before he gets wind of it.
And how do we do that? I asked Haywood why didn't he tell the captain?
Why not tell the captain and let the officers sort the matter out?
You expect them to care about who did it?
Yeah.
Even though only one gun has disappeared, we'll all get the whip for it. You've never seen the captain in a fit. He can be a brute when he believes he has to discipline his crew.
The whip, he says.
I still got the gashes on my back from the last time he made an example out of us.
Well, he seems genuinely scared now.
You are new, fresh meat that needs to be tenderized in the eyes of our superiors. Now, go and find out who stole that thing, will you? And be careful what you ask people. We don't want to cause a panic now, do we?
Of course not. Oh boy. Nothing can ever be easy, can it?
According to Haywood, his saw had once been used by Dr. Garrick when Sylvain, one of the sailors, got stuck between the gears of the cargo winch. Since that day, it's been a lot easier for me to tell them brothers apart, he added with a smirk.
That's not disturbing at all.
You could expect to find something as random as a drawer full of door handles from time to time. It was a workshop, after all.
What else is there in here? Another saw. What is it with the saws? Alright. Hammers. I don't even know what that is. Well, garbage through and through.
The gun deck was off limits during my shift.
Except for the guy who stole the gun. How was the weather? It looked promising when I went to bed this morning. It's fantastic. Really good day outside. Really good.
I'm not feeling well today. Please, let me sleep.
Okay.
Rensburg, what are you doing up here? Shouldn't you be getting those sails?
I'm busy looking for a gun, sir. Which one should I choose? I asked the captain about the gun policies on board.
I have one question, sir. I'd like to know how the crew protect themselves in case of an emergency. Are we allowed to carry a gun?
Well, on most ships in the Merchant Navy, all officers are allowed to carry firearms. But I don't want that on my ship, so I asked Boatswain Haywood to keep them safe and sound inside the workshop.
Safe and sound.
Whenever there is an emergency, the rules change and the crew can bear arms, but that rarely ever happens.
I see.
For as long as I have been captain on this ship, I have never carried a gun, simply because I've never needed to. But you should hurry up now and get those studding sails from the boatswain.
So, yes, sir. Or, no. How do they say it? Aye, aye, Captain. There we go. Aye, aye, Captain.
There was one particular corner on the main deck where the captain couldn't see you from the poop or front deck. Littered with boxes, barrels and sacks, it provided cover for those in a bit of a lazy mood.
Good to know. What's this?
The capstan is a rotating device that is used to apply force to ropes, cables and hawsers. But I've heard that some captains tie disobedient sailors to it, with their arms and legs spread across the levers.
Well, that's not disturbing at all.
The Herald's figurehead had impressed me when I first saw it, but standing on deck, I sometimes forgot that it was even there.
Ian, is that Ian?
Came to tell me off too?
Nah, little buddy. I asked him how he was doing.
How are you feeling now, Ian?
Fine. Just let me be, will ya? I just needed some fresh air.
I sympathize with Ian.
I understand that you're angry. It must be hard for you, living on this ship.
Stop with the fake concerns. Who are you anyway?
I'm Batman.
Did Brunswick send you to talk me around?
No. But I tried to convince Ian that Brunswick was concerned about it.
I'm Devon Rensburg. I'm new. I just wanted to let you know that Brunswick is really worried. I think he really cares about you.
Of course he cares. Him and his weird requests.
Weird requests?
He is everywhere I go. Around every corner and in every room.
Okay, that's normal.
I'm sick of the man. His presence alone drives me completely insane.
I wondered about Brunswick's weird requests.
What weird requests? Like, really weird?
Yeah, like toes and stuff.
Well, on some nights, he wants me to come to his cabin. And when I do, he'll ask me to sit on the side of his bed.
Yeah, here we go.
Then he takes out a notebook, one that he hides for fear of others reading it. And then he forces me to listen to him reciting his corny poetry.
Poetry? I wanted to know if Brunswick was hiding anything else.
So, you said he hid his notebook. Do you know if he hides other things too?
Yeah, other things. Like guns.
Brunswick often hides his most prized possessions, like his compass, the one that he got as a present from his own mentor, Francis Beaufort. He gave me the thing as a present, but I refused. Next thing I know, it's on my pillow with a wee note telling me to be more grateful.
That's not creepy at all. I agreed that sounded a bit creepy.
Alright, that does sound a bit creepy. But there's no proof other than him being nice to you.
I'm sure there's more. Maybe he's written his secrets in his notebook. You should go to his cabin and search his bookcase. If there's anything he's hiding, it'll be there.
Okay. Let's go find this bookcase. This was his room, right? Right. Let's check the bookcase again.
On the top shelf stood a portrait of a stern-looking man. I later learned it was Brunswick's mother.
Okay, this is new.
A loose wallboard was cleverly hidden behind a couple of books.
There we go.
Behind the loose wallboard was a cleverly hidden compartment containing a single booklet. It seemed to be Brunswick's journal. Brunswick seemed to like writing rather cheesy poetry.
I'm not sure I want to read this, so yeah, definitely. I'm not reading that. Just no.
It was Officer Brunswick's journal.
Turn the page.
Brunswick wrote about Ian in his journal.
This guy is just so weird.
He seemed to wonder why Ian was often angry and agitated, and he was also particularly saddened by him breaking his compass. There was a poem and something about calculations on the page. Brunswick's last entry told about a hole in the wall behind one of the paintings.
A hole in the wall behind one of his paintings. Oh god, this guy's out of his mind.
The painting seemed to have been moved recently. Behind it was a small gap between the planks.
Oh boy. He has a peephole?
What's that?
It's me.
Is there someone spying on me?
No. I didn't really know what to say.
I know you are there, Brunswick. I can hear you breathe through the wall.
You can hear me breathe through the wall?
Have you done this before?
Well, I wouldn't know if he did or not, but I'm guessing he did.
Because
I revealed my identity to Ludlow.
It's not Brunswick. It's me. Devon?
Devon,
Yep.
are you snooping around?
Yes, I am.
I didn't expect you to be that kind of person.
Well. I didn't want to discuss the gun through a hole in the wall.
Look, Ludlow, we really need to talk. Can I come in?
Well, all right. Just be quiet, and I'll unlock the door for you.
Before you start, please listen to me, Devon.
Here we go.
I know it's against the captain's rules and all, but some rules are there to be broken.
Ain't that the truth? I asked Ludlow if he was alright.
Are you willing to explain to me what's wrong? You seem troubled.
Yeah, you do.
I'm fine, don't worry. I wasn't secretly plotting to go on a killing spree tonight.
But, you know, it might have happened, right?
But you never know. I might change my mind.
I knew it. I said I needed to return the gun.
I don't want to meddle, but I was told to take that gun back to the weapons cache.
So, you're an errand boy now. Just started and already they're lackey.
Well, that's the job, isn't it?
Well, I won't help you.
Why not?
It's just not fair, Devon. I know the Merchant Navy Handbook from cover to cover. It clearly says that every officer is allowed to bear arms. Every officer, Devon. I'm an officer, so why don't I get to exercise my rights aboard the Herald?
I asked Ludlow why the gun was so important to him.
Why is the right to carry a gun so important?
Forget the damn gun, Devon. It's not about that.
What is it about?
I just want the captain to know that if Brunswick gives up his rights, it doesn't automatically mean that I'll give up mine as well. For some reason, I'm always expected to do as the white man does. I'm never trusted to make my own decisions. Sometimes I feel like I'm an officer in nothing but name.
I told Ludlow to return the gun.
You won't achieve any recognition by breaking the captain's rules. If an officer wants respect, he has to deserve it. I won't tell anybody you took the gun, but only if you return it to the weapons cache. If you do, then do it now, before the shift changes and everyone wakes up.
And then you'll be in trouble.
Ha! Caught you red-handed.
Here we go.
Good job, Rensburg.
Thank you.
How dare you barge in here?
Didn't your mother teach you that stealing is wrong?
Stealing? I am exercising my rights as an officer. Now get out of my cabin.
You really think that those fancy clothes give you any rights? Now, act like you're supposed to and give that back.
I asked Ludlow to explain why he needed a gun.
Why do you need a gun, Ludlow?
Before I became part of this crew, I was always allowed to carry a firearm. I just don't see why I can't have one now.
I don't believe you. You're up to something. I just know it.
Ew.
No, I'm not.
See, no, he's not.
You have to believe me. I just want to feel safe.
Ain't there other ways to protect yourself? A real man can always count on his fists.
Well, I know my way with a knife, but I don't have anything other than the cutlery from the galley to work with.
You've been sneaking around in the galley too now, have you? The nerve.
I asked Haywood to give Ludlow a knife instead of the gun.
Maybe you could give him a knife, Haywood. It will please the captain if you get the gun back. And as far as I know, he hasn't said anything about knives.
Well, then he can come and get one himself. I don't care what you folk do, as long as it don't mess with the captain's orders. That is, if your highness complies.
I guess I can agree to that. It's better than nothing.
His Highness complied.
Good. That's settled. You come with me, Rensburg. It's time we got those sails to the captain.
Aye, aye.
Thanks for helping me yesterday.
Sure thing, bub. I told Ludlow it had been the only right thing to do.
It was the only right thing to do.
If you say so, I am not someone to hold a grudge.
You should be.
You know, I don't even need to have a weapon with me all the time.
That's true.
Just knowing that I can get it from my cabin whenever I want makes me feel safer.
Aww.
Would you like one of Undra's butterscotch treats? They're the captain's favorite.
Are they? I took one.
Well, okay then. Those look too delicious to refuse.
They do, don't they? Feel free to indulge yourself, Devon.
I told Ludlow I appreciated his kindness.
I do appreciate your kindness.
I need allies, Devon, and friends can provide a kind of protection that a weapon never will. Back in the capital, I picked you, and believe me, that wasn't without reason.
I asked Ludlow why he needed allies.
I don't really understand. What do you need allies for?
The captain thinks I don't know. Or that's what I hope I've led him to believe.
Know what?
But I read his newspaper the moment I got my hands on it.
Okay.
Here, take a look.
wages, which apparently they deem unreasonable, ever going so far as accusing the Lord Protector of abuse of power. Until these excessive demands be met, the planters have ceased all work, and many indigo plantations in the coastal region stand empty. It is to be expected that a major proportion, if not all of the crops, will go to waste if the strike persists. The loss of this indigo harvest, although it is but one of the eastern colony's exports products, it will, without a doubt, mean a tremendous blow to our economy. Okay, so they're on strike, right? Okay.
Without indigo to trade, the reason for our voyage has become a mystery to me.
I asked Ludlow what was he thinking.
What are you thinking?
I'm worried, Devon. There seems to be more to the Herald than meets the eye. What's going on down there?
Here we go. What happened now?
Don't come any closer!
Ian stabbed Brunswick with Ludlow's knife.
I'll jump!
Will you?
I will! Just get away!
I wanted to know what happened.
What happened? What did you do?
It was his hand that guided me. But now I need to
His hand.
finish it. I must.
Tried to convince Ian not to jump.
I know life can be hard, Ian, but please don't jump. It's not worth it.
I can't live on this ship anymore. I need to get away. Somehow.
I tried to convince Ian he was smarter than this.
You're a smart boy, Ian. Confused, but smart. Don't prove them right by doing something as stupid as this.
But this is the only way. I've been shown this is the only way.
I argued that killing himself wouldn't help.
Jumping won't solve anything. Killing yourself will only end your existence prematurely.
You mean?
Yeah.
It's... Oh, Lord. What have I done?
Come here, little buddy.
I had saved Ian from making another mistake. But none of the crew cared for the cabin boy's fate. They were all too busy tending to the esteemed navigator, who was bleeding out on the deck below us.
Thank you for playing our demo. Okay. Well, everyone, seems I've reached the end of the demo and of my episode. The game itself looks good. The story quickly draws you in and touches a variety of subjects. All in all, it was a fun play. I've left a link in the description if you want to play the game yourself. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.